Okay, quadratic inequalities. So let's have a look at this first example. So solve x squared more than 4. Well, okay, if it said x squared was equal to 4, we'd be quite happy, hopefully, about saying 2 in minus 2. But we've got a range of possible values here as our answer. Now, the easiest way, as so often is the case, is if we just draw a quick sketch in a moment, just to give us an idea of what's actually happening. I don't like x squared more than 4. Like with any quadratic, what we do is we'd normally make it equal to 0. So inequalities is no different really. We just want to make it, if we take away 4 from both sides, it's a bit like an equal symbol. It's obviously not quite the same. But if I take away 4 from both sides, let's just rewrite this. X squared minus 4 is more than 0. Okay, so difference of 2 squares here. So x minus 2x plus 2 more than 0. Now, if I were just to ignore that for a second, that more than 0, let's just plot that. Okay, what would it look like? Well, it would. We know it goes through 2. We know it goes through minus 2. Okay, it's a happy quadratic. All right. So let's just go and pop those points on. So we've got minus 2, 2. We know it's a happy quadratic. So let's just have a quick sketch. Here we go. And there we go. So that's x squared minus 4. So when is it more than 0? Well, it's more than 0 in this area. Okay, this would be an answer of 0. This is when it's equal to 0. So when it's more than 0, it's in this area just here. Okay, there we go. So it's going to be more than 0 when x is more than 2, or when x is less than minus 2. We're talking about this direction over here. Okay, now you might be asked to represent the answer on a number line. So let's just quickly draw out a number line. So maybe let's go from minus 4, minus 3, minus 2. Here we go. Minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so when we draw this on a number line, what we would do is it's just a nice way of representing the answer. So it's just basically here, look, we're going to draw a little circle. So we're talking about this section over here, and we're talking about this section just over here. Okay, and that's all it is. Now if it was more than or equal to, the only difference that you'd make is you would just shade these in. Okay, that means it includes the 2 minus 2. Okay, so let's have a look at one that's maybe just slightly trickier than this. Here we go, look, doesn't look very nice. I don't like the fact that we've got a minus x squared here. So let's just kind of do the same approach as we would do in terms of solving a quadratic. So let's add x squared to both sides, and we take away 6 as well at the same time. So we've got x squared, we've got plus x, and we've got take away 6, and less than or equal to 0. Okay, so let's start off by, let's factorize the quadratic. Okay, so let's go and factorize. Here we go. Always try and factorize stuff first of all if we can. Okay, so it's a minus 6, so that means one's got to be a plus, one's got to be a minus. Okay, two numbers that multiply together to give me minus 6, but there's a difference of 1, isn't there? And the positive one is the one that's got to be 1 higher, because when I add them together it should equal 1. So here we go, it's going to be 3 and minus 2. So if I just draw again, let's just draw a quick sketch just so you can appreciate what's happening. Okay, and even more complicated looking functions to work on. The idea is exactly the same. So we know it's going to go through minus 3. So let's put on there. There we go. Remember, this is a sketch. There's no kind of reference to scale here. I know I've got some squares there, but that's not what we kind of mean there. And I've got 2. So when you draw a sketch, it's important to just go and plot points as we go through. Okay, so this is happy. Okay, so here we go. So just pop it through here. There we go. Nicely done. And we want to know when it's less than or equal to 0. So it's in this area, isn't it? So it's in this section. So it's above -3, less than 2. Now again, we may well be asked to go and represent this on a number line. So let's just do the same thing. Okay, so we have -4. So if I just quickly write a number line out, here we go. Obviously the numbers might go beyond this, and it goes from -3 to 2. I always prefer these. It just feels a little bit more satisfying when it's actually a contained region inside. So here we go. And oh, wait a minute, it said less than or equal to, so therefore it's including these numbers. So remember, the only difference I make is I just shade these things just in. If I wanted to write this as an inequality, I could actually do this in just one swoop. Remember, we want x to be less than or equal to 2, and I want it to be, remember in maths you don't always read from left to right. Sometimes we can read in the other direction, can't we? So x can be more than or equal to -3, x can be less than or equal to 2. Okay, so have a look again at the example, have a little study of that, and then it's time to do some questions.